Useless First Dates. Episode 1. Liar, liar, pants on fire. A fireman who saves lives for a living couldn't survive 1 week of texting me back. We matched on an app. Voice notes, good banter, the kind of back and forth that feels promising. He was charismatic, charming, and had a cheeky way about him. He asked for my number, and then he went silent for almost 3 days. So I unmatched him, and he texted anyway, apologized for going quiet, said he knew he'd been too casual. I forgave him, and we booked a call. The call went well, and we booked a date. Fireworks, good conversation, mutual attraction. You know the kind when you can feel the electricity in the air. Coffee that turned into dinner, he suggested. He paid. We stayed until closing talking about everything and nothing, ideas, concepts, our passions. He asked for a second date before we'd even said goodbye, then he kissed me. So tell me, where exactly does a man who does that disappear to 4 days later? A few days after the date, we were messaging to plan date 2. Casual, easy, drinks on Saturday evening. And then he just stopped mid-conversation. No explanation, nothing. I'm not going to pretend that didn't sting a little. After a date like that, silence feels personal. But I also know myself. When someone disappears on me, I don't chase. I don't send the "Are you okay?" message, and I don't double text. I waited. A day of nothing turned into 2. So I did what I do. I detached. Quietly, in my head, I filed him under "That's that then." Then, out of nowhere, a message. 1 line, replying to something I'd said 2 days earlier as if no time had passed at all. I reacted with the heart emoji on his message, and nothing more. The next day, the real message arrived. He couldn't make our second date. There'd been a death in the family. He didn't say who, just that he had to go to the funeral. That Saturday, 3 days away. Now, I've lost a grandmother. We knew it was coming, and it still took 10 days to arrange the funeral. 3 days for an unexpected death is fast. Faster than I've ever known a funeral to come together. I'm not saying it wasn't true. I'm saying it was suspiciously efficient. And then came the line that really did the work. I know you understand that this is a really hard time for me. Which is, if you think about it, a perfect social checkmate. Because now, what am I supposed to say? Actually, I'm a bit annoyed you ghosted me for 2 days and then cancelled our second date with 3 days' notice over an unnamed relative. You can't say that to a grieving man. You're not allowed to be annoyed at grief. So the ghosting, the vagueness, the convenient timing, all of it got quietly absorbed into the bigger, more sympathetic story. I did the decent thing. I told him I was sorry for his loss, told him to look after himself. I did not respond to the part where he said he really liked me and wanted to reschedule. A day later, a voice note, thanking me for being so understanding and kind, telling me again that he really did like me. I kept it light, told him I was sorry again and that I was going on holiday the following week and that I wasn't a big texter, that when I'm seeing someone regularly, I like regular communication. But since we didn't even have a second date booked, I'd keep things low contact for now. Reasonable, I thought. Measured. Fair. His response is the part of this story I think about the most. He told me I was just like him, we were the same, him and I. That he wasn't a big texter either, that he liked to keep things light and casual. And then, and I want you to really sit with this part, he told me that all the other women he'd seen had gotten annoyed with him for exactly this. But I was different. I was like him. We were the same. Here's the thing about that sentence. It wasn't really about me at all. It was a pattern handed to me by the man currently inside it. Other women, plural, annoyed, for the same reason I was about to be annoyed if I let it continue. He wasn't telling me I was different. He was telling me I was next. So I said what I actually thought. I told him I wasn't like him. That I need regular communication when getting to know someone new. That when someone disappears mid-conversation and resurfaces days later with no explanation, I don't find that casual. I find it disrespectful, and that I had a horrible feeling I'd end up exactly like the other women he'd mentioned if I stuck around long enough to find out. I wished him well, and then I blocked him before he could reply. So, Was the funeral real? Maybe. I genuinely hope so. I wouldn't wish a death in the family on anyone, real excuse or not. But was I the only woman hearing some version of this story that week? I'll let you decide that one. Was I too harsh for blocking a grieving man over some bad texting habits? Or did I just recognise a pattern before it became my pattern too? Drop your verdict below. And if a man has ever told you that you're not like the others, you might want to ask exactly how many others there are.